It is day one of 2022, and we've assembled the GMA Dream Team to start the year strong from the inside out. Here with all their wellness wisdom is dietitian Maya Feller, dermatologist Dr. Michelle Henry, and fitness expert Matt Nolan. Welcome to the show. Happy New Year to all of you.
Happy New Year.
And Matt, let's start with you because so many people, this is almost synonymous with I'm going to get fit, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm going to start working out. But a lot of people don't really talk about hydration and water and how much you should drink and when.
Yes, well, it's crucial, right? Like, think of just how much water is in us already, right? So to replenish that, you better be drinking plenty of water. So one of the biggest things that I always tell people to do is drinking enough so that you feel like you're almost running to the bathroom every 5 seconds. That's one good indicator that you have plenty of fluid in you, and especially with how much you're going to be working out, you're going to be sweating, you need to replenish those fluids, not just water, electrolyte drinks, things that we serve at our fuel bar at Barry's, things of that nature will always keep you hydrated and ready to go.
And Dr. Henry, I've heard this before, that drinking water also has an impact on your skin, but how much does it really?
Absolutely. So I tell my patients, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And so moisturization starts from the inside out. And so you really want to make sure you're having 8 ounce glasses a day, and sometimes it's hard, so I tell my patients high water foods count as well. So things like watermelon, celery will really help you. Invest in a great moisturizer. So I love a rich cream, but if you don't, you can do a lotion that's optimized for hydration. Something that's good for your skin type is critical. At night when you're sleeping, consider even getting a humidifier. So that helps to really fill the air with moisture, so you're kind of hydrating while you sleep. And also when you're turning in, make sure that the water is not too high when you're showering at night, because it feels good, but that's not the time to get lost in your thoughts, because it's going to really leach your skin of moisture and leave you dehydrated.
I love that so much because, you know, just like you said, Dr. Michelle and Matt, when we're thinking about hydration, the needs are going to vary based on who you're talking about. We know that you lose water at night. We know that you lose water when you're exercising. So all of the tips that you both gave are so excellent, and they're things that I also tell my patients. Vary your water intake, use fruits and vegetables to really boost that hydration.
And Maya, our next topic is sleep and recovery. I certainly need a whole lot more of it, but the amount of rest that you get can impact your diet, right?
100%. I too need a ton of sleep. And so, you know, we know that when you're tired, the brain just does not function as optimally, right? And then the brain is really looking for these things that are quickly metabolized and give you that fast boost of energy. That's why people are more likely to want refined grains and added sugars. Now, I want to be really clear, I'm not demonizing carbohydrates in any way. I'm just saying that when you're not well rested, you're more likely to want those types of foods to give you that boost.
I guess my question would really be to both of you, is beauty sleep really a myth, or is that a real thing?
So beauty sleep is real, and it's based in science. So when we're sleeping, we start to produce hormones, and one really critical hormone is growth hormone. And that's absolutely critical to the repair and restoration of our skin. So really when we're not sleeping, we are really leading to bad skin tone, texture, acne, accelerated aging, and there are studies that prove all of this. You know, we're getting dark circles, puffy eyes, and so beauty sleep is real. Rest up.
I know for myself, when I don't get much sleep, I go to like the pantry and the snacks come out. I just like need something, and I fuel myself with all the wrong things. But Matt, I do want to turn and come to you, because obviously we're in some chaotic times right now. People are transitioning, whether it's their personal lives or whether their jobs. And really, you say it's all about having the right routine to get your fitness goals in check.
Absolutely. And one of the best things of Barry's now, we have our brand new platform, which is Barry's X, which is you can work out at home in addition to working in our in-studio environment. And what's so fantastic is we have different classes for every day of the week. We have not only classes that target your upper body, your lower body, classes that involve running, classes that just involve weights. So there's really so many different ways to customize the experience to make it work for you based on your fitness level, where you're at. And it's just nice to get into a routine where if you feel like working out 2 days a week, that is fine. If you can work out more than that, that is also fine. So it's really about finding what works for you, your schedule. Obviously, some of us are still working from home or in person. So there's just many different ways to make it work for you, and always start small. 1 or 2 classes a week. Build from there. That's the best thing to do.
I just wanted to pick up on a point that you made, because it is so important that I reminded myself over the years and finally got into a routine. Even if you only have like 1 day during the week, to get a workout in. I think it's easy for people to say, oh, well, I'll just pick it up next week or whatever. But even if you have one day, 20 minutes, like it makes that much of a difference to just try to like squeeze it in when you can.
Yeah, something is always better than nothing.
Exactly.
That's the simplest thing I tell people.
Yeah, that's a good start. And speaking of routines, Maya, would you recommend developing an eating routine?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we're thinking about our patterns of eating, I really always say, you know, start small. Sometimes we think like, oh, I've got to do this huge shift and just swoop in and change everything. Really not so. So if you're looking to increase your fruits and vegetables, start with the things that you know, the ones that you like, and especially the ones that you love, and think about how do I get those into my pattern more often. Let's say it's something that you're trying to reduce, like added sugars or something like that, like a sugar-sweetened beverage. It's not that you have to get rid of it off the top. Maybe think about, okay, today I'm not going to have that 2 liter of whatever that soda is. I'm going to cut it down into half. Just like you said, Matt, you want to start with something, small steps, and celebrate your wins.
And when you talk about those baby steps, because both of you have now mentioned it, if you are to really want long-term change, what are specific kind of baby steps in each of your fields that you would recommend?
So I always like to think about sustainability when it comes to nutrition, like what's realistic for you, the individual. For each and every one of us here, what's going to work for us is different, right? And so for you, I want you to sit down and think about what are those changes that I can make over time, specifically the ones that will give me the health outcomes that I'm looking for. Let's say I want to improve my blood sugars because I have diabetes. Then you're going to think about carbohydrate literacy. Maybe it's cholesterol, maybe it's a cardiometabolic condition, but you make those small changes and you replicate it day after day. For sure, hydration is going to be on the list. For sure, sleep is going to be on the list. And for sure, movement will be on the list.
Yeah, and going hand in hand with exactly what you said, it's just getting into a place and a habit that sometimes incorporates your friends, right? So maybe working out with somebody that you know, taking a class together, syncing up your schedules with your friends and what they have going on in their lives can really, really help you have that level of accountability that always goes hand in hand with it, right? So making it a experience where people are with you also takes some of that pressure off of feeling like, oh, well, I just have to do it and just get it done. I always think it's better in a group setting with other people around you, so that always helps me.
Like I tell my patients, you know, when they come into the office, this is an exercise in patience. You know, small steps. It's the beginning of the year. They've gotten all of their Christmas skincare. They want to use it all together. They become like these mad scientists. And you're actually doing more harm than good. You know, in skincare and in life, we get real fundamental change by taking a series of small steps. And really, things become habits more quickly when they're simple. The worst is that you start all of this stuff and you become discouraged because you fail, because you just can't keep it up. And in skincare, when you do that, what happens is that you can actually damage your skin because you're not waiting to assess for efficacy and tolerability, and you're wasting your money. So especially in skincare, I always stick to a stepwise approach. And with skincare, especially slow and steady wins the race. So take it slowly, give yourself grace, give yourself time, and you will get there.
I love those tips because you always hear New Year's resolutions from other people and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to go on a cleanse, I'm going to stop eating, I'm going to the gym 7 days a week,
Exactly.
wipe out all this cream, you know, and it's going to be a great year. Baby steps and patient.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Matt, Dr. Henry, Maya, always a pleasure. And Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.